Let's get started tonight, lying down on our backs. Come into whatever is like your most comfortable position on your back. If it's not lying on your back, as always, you can sit down. You can find any other position where you can find maximum relaxation in the quickest amount of time, basically. I'm using a blanket just because it's here already, and I'm going to put it underneath my thighs. So when I lay back, that just brings some support to and release to my lower back, gives my thighs something to release down into. And your hands can rest on the ground, or if you like, you can bring them to your belly and just feel the breath coming and going. Closing the eyes if that's comfortable for you. And allowing yourself, your body to soften around the breath, just giving in to every exhale. And gently receiving every inhale. Feeling the muscles relax, the muscles of the calves, the muscles of the thighs, the muscles that encase our hips, front of the hips, the side hips, the inner groins, the lower back, all soften. Muscles of the back, soften, let the ribs get a little heavier. Feeling the muscles of the shoulder girdle soften. Notice if you need to adjust at any point, and you can always make like little micro adjustments to give yourself more space for the breath. We're just coming back into this state, our natural state of being a vessel for the breath. Feeling out every corner, body, even letting it come into the mind. Notice if there are thoughts that you can let go of, things from before or things to come after this practice. Notice them and set them aside for the time being, gently. The face soften. Feel the muscles of the neck soften. Feel the pectorals soften. Collarbones widen, brighten. Feel the belly soft. When you next empty your breath, let it stay out completely. Inhale into the belly. Pause. Inhale into the chest. Pause. Inhale one more sip of air. Pause. Exhale, sigh out the mouth. Inhale into the belly. Inhale into the chest. Sip into the top of the lungs. Exhale, release it out the mouth. Inhale, the belly fills. Inhale, the chest fills. Inhale, the tops of the lungs fill. Exhale, sigh out the mouth. Drop down. Inhale into the belly, into the chest, into the tops of the lungs. Feel the breath rise all the way up to the crown. Pause. Exhale out the nose. Let the exhale last a long time. And then take a smooth breath in. A smooth breath out, feeling out all these spaces of the body from heel to crown. In every direction. Hug the right knee into the chest and wrap both hands around the knee. Flex your left foot up towards the sky. Take an inhale here, feel the belly and the chest and the tops of the lungs fill. As you exhale, feel the navel pull in and the body empties out from there. Hold the navel in at the bottom. And as you inhale, the navel holds, curl up your forehead towards your knee and pause at the top of the breath. Exhale, release the head down, release the leg long. Take a deep breath. Take another. And on your next inhale, the knee hugs in, same side, right knee in. Exhale completely, feel the navel drop down. Inhale, hold the navel, center and lift forehead to knee. Pause at the top of the breath, keep it full, keep the heart light. Exhale, release everything to the mat, back to Shavasana. Returning to the breath. Last time on the right side, the right knee hugs in. Take your inhale. Take your exhale, drop the navel down. Establish the connection. Hold the connection, inhale as you curl up and hold the breath in. And then exhale, let yourself come out long on the mat. Cleanse the body with the breath. Inhale, your left knee hugs in. We're switching sides. Exhale, let belly drops down, navel to spine. Inhale, round up, hold the connection to navel. Pause at the top of the breath. Exhale, release everything down. Really allowing ourselves to just arrive here and now in the breath. Next inhale, the left knee comes into the chest. Inhale, curl it up, hold the connection to core. Pause at the top of the breath. Exhale, release. Once more on the left side after this next full breath. Left knee hugs in. Inhale. Exhale, navel drops down. Hold the focus. Inhale, curling up. Hold the breath in. Exhale, release. Relax. Having patience, perseverance, and continuing now, hugging in both knees. Take an inhale here. Exhale, feel the navel drop. Sense that connection, hold it. Inhale, rounding up. Forehead towards the knees. Shoulders away from the ears, holding the breath in. Exhale, release everything long. Be gentle with yourself. Take your time to get there. Give yourself a couple breaths. Again, the knees hug in. Take the inhale. Exhale, drop navel down. Hold the navel in. Inhale, rounding up. Hold the breath full. Exhale, release. Everything comes long. Last time, inhale, hugging both knees in. Exhale, inhale fully. Exhale, navel drops. Inhale, rounding up and holding in. Exhale, release. Let the feet come down to the earth. Let the knees knock in towards each other. Just take a few breaths here, feeling the quality of mind, the quality of breath, the quality of body. The eyes closed. Kind of getting rid of mirrors and just being here with ourselves. Present in our own awareness. Let the knees fall over to one side. It doesn't matter which, and just use this as a pause for a breath. As you exhale, feel the body release down to the earth, just committing to this heaviness with any point of contact today. And then inhale, pushing up to a seated position. You can find something to sit up on. I always like my blanket's my best friend, I guess. So I'm going to sit up on my blanket. You might sit up on a block or a bolster or nothing. It depends on what you feel like. And find a cross-legged seated position. Notice which shin is in front, just long enough to know that we're going to be changing them in a moment or two. Let the spine come tall, the hands rest on the knees, roll the shoulders up towards the ears and down the back. Do it again, inhaling the shoulders up. Exhale, drop them down. Let the chin fall down to the chest. Inhale, rolling right ear, right shoulder. Exhale, through center. Inhale, left ear, left shoulder. Exhale through center. And you can keep going with the flow here. If you are called to, you can pause and take 3 breaths on one side. And then if you pause, you're just taking it to the other side for an equal amount of time, getting a sense of everything that's going on. Again, getting away from reflections. coming to a deeper trust, a deeper awareness. Let the head rise up tall on an inhale. Feel the spine long. Feeling a nice flow from the hips all the way up through spine, through the neck, to the crown of the head, and exhaling all the way back down. Inhale, lean the chest to the right, lean forward, exhale to the left, round backwards. Sufi rolls, just churning the spine, turning the torso with the breath, round and round. Really encourage you to keep the eyes closed this evening. Coming to this true perspective. You might speed this up, you might slow it down. Just experiment. See what calls to you. Thinking a lot about finding the true reflection in relation to Rāma, moving into the forest. He's been exiled from the life that he's known, and he's setting out on this journey. His exile of 14 years as an ascetic in a faraway forest. Keep yourself going around in circles. Notice how the circles take on new qualities as you repeat. And Rāma sets out, and he has his wife, Sita, and his younger brother and best friend, Lakshmana with him. And as they head away from the city, all these different reflections of themselves fall away. So we'll get into it a little bit more. Inhale, let your spine come up tall. Find stillness again. Just notice the vibration of the central line. Whatever leg is in front, just take it out to the side. Inhale the arms up overhead. And then exhale, you're leaning towards the extended leg, opening through the side body. Can't get enough of opening up my sides these days. Making more space to breathe, lifting the breath into the armpit. Feeling the top of the lung fill, the shoulder blade moves back. Maybe the gaze turns up, maybe it turns down. Might be nice to turn it down if you're trying to go to bed after this. Now let's make it a little bit of a twist. So take an inhale here, and then exhale, you're just bringing your right hand down. You're turning the chest over that leg, but the leg's out to the side. So you got to twist your navel a little bit to make the line work. In the hand, the fold is as deep as it makes sense for you. It doesn't matter. It's more about getting the alignment of chest and leg in one line. And your extended leg is active, so just feel the muscles hug in towards the bones, the toes flex back towards the face. Feel your right hip relax and drop down. A lot of times we kind of tense up there, and if you relax, you can find a bit more length, perhaps. Breathe into that space. Let the face get soft, let the eyes close, the gaze turns down and in. On an inhale, draw your right arm back up to the sky, opening the chest. Exhale, lifting up through center, bringing your right hand down. Use an inhale, sweep your left arm forward and up. You can lift the hips up off the ground. You're just stretching through the whole front of the body. And it might feel good to just really energize through that long line from your fingertips all the way down to the extended toes. It might feel good to roll the shoulder out, swinging the arm in one direction, another. Find what works for you, what best suits you, not a reflection. And then on an exhale, we're sitting back down. And And changing the cross of the legs. Take an inhale when you get your seat and just draw the breath all the way up. Send it all the way down, becoming aware of that central channel. And then we're turning it again. We're leaning to the left this time and then forward. As you inhale, exhale, round back. Inhale forward, exhale back. You know we're going to be doing this for a little while, so get into it. So Rāma has all these reflections in his life. So he lives in the city. All of the city's people are reflecting what he's doing, reflecting his personal goodness and righteousness. He's exiled and the people follow him out of town and they follow him. And at a certain point, he's like, okay, you guys have to go back home. So he actually runs away from them in the night, kind of tricking them into going home. And then he goes into the next kingdom. So there's like another whole town of people that kind of know what's happened. And they're still reflecting his righteousness back at him, saying, oh, it's horrible what happened to you. It really shouldn't have happened to you. And then he goes on and he goes to an ashram of a sage, basically the last stop on the line of people that will reflect his known reality back at him before he steps into the wilderness. And then, after he visits that sage, he and Sita and Lakshmana cross the river into the forest, and they are truly on their own. Use an inhale, the breath lifts the spine tall and still. Exhale, just pause here, feel the vibration down the spine of the breath. And then extending your front leg out to the side. Getting ready for our side bend. So feel your sitting bones sit down so it's like an even seat before we start. At least we can start with a steady stance. Inhale, the arms lift. And then exhale, we're opening to the side. And the eyes, even if your gaze, quote unquote, is turned up, your eyes are closed. And let the pose refine itself, creating space, creating structure around your breath as we're here. Roll the shoulder blade down the back, lift the heart. Feel that lung that's opening. One more inhale here. And then exhale, the hand turns down to the earth, left hand or whatever opposite hand down to the earth to turn your torso out over that extended leg for the forward fold. Turning the navel towards your extended leg, just squeezing out a little twist here. Noticing what's different from one side to the other. See if you can let your hip of the folded leg relax. So for me, that's my left hip. I'm consciously relaxing it, and that brings a little more space into the whole shape. So noticing how like held tension can actually impact us as far as where we can send our breath, how we can find relaxation. And sometimes all we need to do is just think of that specific place. Bring our attention there and release. Acknowledge and release. . On an inhale, the arm sweeps up to the sky, broadening across the chest, taking this in stages. Take a breath here. One more inhale. And then exhale, the hand comes down outside your hip and you're sweeping the hips up off the ground as the arm sweeps overhead. My right arm sweeps down. My right foot is plugging down into the earth. Maybe it's all about the stretch. Maybe it's about some movement here. You take circles. You guys both know this, but always take them in all directions, both directions. Explore your options. One more inhale, and then exhale, sit it down. Bring both your legs out long in front of you. In a V, doesn't need to be the widest V in the world. Bring your arms out to a T. Try to make it the strongest T in the world, just dropping the shoulders down, energizing through your fingers. Inhale, lifting through the heart. And energize through your legs so you feel this plug down and this expansion across the whole body, this enlivening of the whole body. Take an inhale. Exhale, navel to spine, turn towards your left toes, right fingers, left toes. Empty completely. Inhale, fill it up, unwind, back center. Exhale, navel to spine, squeeze yourself over to the other side. Keeping the arms wide, inhale through center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Keep it going. Movement matches breath. Let it be soft. Let the emptying be complete. Close your eyes. Keep the arms energized, so they might get a little tired, but they'd be a lot more tired if they were dead weight. Last time, both sides. Inhale, the arms sweep up overhead. Hook your thumbs. Take another sip of air in through the lungs. And exhale, pop the cork. Let your arms fly out to the sides. Relax the legs, just sit tall, as effortlessly as possible here. Feeling this inherent bounce in the body. And then pressing the palms down, bend the knees, shifting ourselves into the tabletop. And then tucking the toes and lifting the hips for a downward facing dog, but take your time along the way so you can get a nice measure. So when you're in your down dog, you feel like you have a little play. You can push down into the hands to send the hips back and really feel that extension. Bend the knees, feel the hips lift a little higher. And then you might start to extend the backs of the legs, dropping the heels down. Just feel the length of the side body stretching. The breath filling up into the shoulders, opening the heart space. Flooding into the crown of the head. Drop the head, let it sway. Let the eyes get heavy. Keeping this heaviness, shifting back, walking the hands towards the feet. We're shifting into ragdoll pose. So just let yourself stay as heavy as you can as you shift your way back. So the hips are stacked on top of the heels. And the torso drapes down and forward. Bend the knees as much as you need to get that contact of belly to thighs, which allows for the shoulders to drop and release, the head to drop and release. Just breathe into the space, really let yourself go here. Always feels good to me after a long day. Just let everything hang. And Uttanasana. Let the forehead smooth, the cheeks soften. Use an inhale, roll up slowly, let the breath last a long time and really fill you from top, bottom to top. Like the body is like a balloon that's being filled with air, or one of those wind socks or something. Finding this true alignment, eyes are still closed here in Tadasana. Dropping the shoulders down, feeling the sides of the neck equal in length. Equal energy through the palms of right and left hands. Think of them together at the same time instead of one and then the other, together. And then move that into the feet. Think of the feet together in stability. And bring the inner gaze to the same place that the stability of the feet and the hands are coming from, and think of it all together. Breathe into the body all together. In and of itself. Blink the eyes open, keep the gaze soft. And walk to the top of your mat. Slowly, keep it steady, keep the body in steadiness and ease, knees a little soft. You can roll the shoulders and just kind of bounce a little bit, just for a breath or two. Having some readiness and spring in our step. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Let the breath fill the whole body. Exhale, navel to spine, folding in, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Hands come out to blocks for your shins, lengthening the spine. Hold here, exhale. Feel the length of the spine. Find your feet plugging down. Sides of the waist, nice and long. One more inhale. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, roll up. Reach the arms up, fill the whole body. Exhale, come all the way back down. Forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, roll up, reach up, stretch long. Exhale, fold in, adding on now. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hands to the ground, step your right foot back, lower the right knee down. Right hand to the earth, inhale, open left arm to the sky, find a twist. Let the hips get heavy, but keep the engagement down to the earth, so every point of contact is something for you to center around. You can push down into the front heel, feel the left hip squeeze back, press down into the top of the right foot, out back there. Feel that right hip engage and kind of stabilize everything forward. Notice how that allowed the twist to get a little deeper. Close the eyes, feel the shoulders rolling down away from the ears, opening the heart a little wider. Let the heart see a little further. And exhale, hands come down to the earth. Tuck your back toes under, step back, down dog. Breathe into the whole line of the body here. Take an inhale. Exhale, drop the knees down. Take an inhale. Shift forward. Exhale, hug elbows into the chest as you lower down to your chest. Let the belly come down to the earth. Pelvis plugs down. Inhale. Roll the shoulders back. Lift your heart for a cobra pose. Exhale, melt the heart back down to the earth. Again, inhale, lifting up to cobra pose. Exhale, melting down. Let the eyes stay closed as you come up again. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down. Shift back to your tabletop. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up to the sky. Exhale, hug the knee into the chest, and then start to shift yourself forward so the shoulders back on top of the wrists. And then put your foot down. If you need to, put it down and then take another step to get it all the way forward. That's fine. Keep the back knee lifted on this side and just feel the heart extending long out in front of you. Plug down into your front heel. Press out through your back heel. Close the eyes, let the back of the neck lengthen and feel the spine as one long line. Take an inhale. And then exhale, step it forward to a forward fold. Finding equal footing. Couple breaths. Clearing all of our passageways with a little flow. Inhale, rolling up, reaching up to the sky. Exhale, come all the way back down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, this time it's the left leg that steps back, left knee lowers. Left hand plants down, right arm opens to the sky for a twist. Find your inhale and your exhale. Inhale. Exhale, hand comes down. Tuck the back toes under, step back, down dog. Really allowing the breath to resonate in these spaces, these pauses. Inhale. Exhale, dropping the knees down. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, elbows in towards the sides of the body, lowering down with control. Feel the pelvis plug down. Inhale, roll up, cobra. This time, hold and breathe. Maybe lift the palms up off the earth and just squeeze the elbows in towards each other. Roll the shoulder blades down the back. Keep the breath flowing. One more inhale. Exhale, lower the forehead down. Inhale, press up, tabletop. And exhale, send the hips back to a child's pose. You can bring the toes together and the knees can come wide. Great place for some props, bringing a pillow underneath the stomach or making a ramp for yourself to drop down on. A lot of twisting and heart opening and reaching and stretching. So it's nice to fold in. And come back to a little bit more interiority, vulnerability. Somewhere it's a little more comfortable to have the eyes closed, perhaps. Your head is turned in one direction, just lift it and turn to rest on the other cheek. Notice if you're holding tension anywhere. See if you can release the shoulders, release the hips, release any clutching of the jaw, fingers, anything you can release, let it go. As you're ready, just push your hands down into the earth and lift yourself up to a seated position. If you're comfortable with knees together, sitting back on your heels, that's great. You can always use blocks between the ankles to lift you up a little higher. I think I'm actually going to do one block between my ankles and my trusty blanket on top of that, just for something soft. I have hard cork blocks. And the knees come together. If you want to sit in a cross-legged position or any position, even lying down, we're just returning to some breath work again. But beginning by evening the body out, noticing the set of the hips. We haven't been in this position today, together at least. So notice how you kind of have to reorganize your seat. I'm always noticing that leaning off to one side a little bit. So maybe just shift the hips from side to side and then lean forward and back, just rocking through the pelvis. Maybe find some of those circles like we did earlier. Those are great actually for finding the stability. It's just these repetitive movements, these little rituals. And then if you're going in a circle, turn it around the other way. And then come into stillness. Let everything settle and you kind of find yourself there. Palms face down on the left. Bring your attention to the nostrils, both nostrils. And as you inhale, feel the air coming in through both nostrils, coming all the way up into the crown space of the head, filling the brain cavity. Hold at the top. And then as you exhale, send the breath all the way down the spine, out the tail, into the ground. The inhale, lifting the breath into the nostrils, into the brain cavity. Exhale, send it all the way down. Notice how the spine starts to stretch itself out a little bit. The heart begins to open a little bit to allow the breath to come in into the brain. And then go all the way down. Inhale both nostrils, same time. Inhale both nostrils together. Inhale, both lungs fill equally. Inhale, filling all sides of the body all at once. The breath moving. Keep the attention following the breath. Once more, in through both nostrils equally. And exhale. Let the breath come to a natural rhythm. Inhale, the arms lift overhead. Exhale, twist to your right, bringing the right hand to your lower back, left hand to your right knee. Feeling the spine tall, the hand on the lower back is a nice reminder not to kind of throw yourself out of line, just to keep things relaxed, spreading the lower back down towards the earth. Roll the right shoulder blade onto the back. Eyes stay closed. Let your gaze just shine out in the direction of your heart. Turn your gaze forward without opening the eyes. Notice if you can roll that left shoulder onto the back, just opening a little deeper without tensing up through the lower back. One more inhale here. And then exhale, release, coming through center. Let yourself rest. Let that posture resonate and settle. Same as a sound. Really have to know how to attune to yourself if you are going to go around the forest without any reflections. Inhale, the arms lift up overhead. Exhale, turning to the left hand to left lower back. Opening the heart, rolling that left shoulder down. Right hand to left leg, generally towards that direction. Notice if your weight shifts off to one side and try to equalize it. Even if that means you're not twisting as deeply, just let the twist be true from the core, from the center, and not from, jerking our bodies around to make a reflection happen. Centralize the gaze in the direction of the heart. Eyes closed. Feeling the heart expand with the breath. Turn your gaze, quote unquote, nose forward, face forward, keep the eyes closed. Roll your right shoulder back, opening up that space. Easy to forget about that shoulder. Reorganize the body for a couple breaths. And then use an exhale to release, back through center. Inhale through both nostrils. Exhale. Last pose, if you prefer just a traditional shavasana or want to stay seated in meditation, please do. The last posture I'll offer, which is where I'll take my shavasana, is this supported fish pose. So I'm going to use my two blocks and make a little ramp with one on its lowest setting, one on its medium setting. I'm putting a bolster over that. That could be like a stack of towels, a couple towels. If you don't have the blocks, you can just lie back on the bolster. It's just the idea is to give yourself a little lift. Since I do have this blanket here, I'm going to use it as a pillow. So my hips come up to the edge of it, and then I'm just lying down so the head is supported. The shoulders can fall open. Your legs can come out long, like a traditional shavasana. If it's more comfortable for you to have the knees bent and the knees like in any orientation, you can make that choice for yourself, but just find somewhere where you're relaxing and the heart is lifting. I'm realizing now we never got to our shoulder flossing, but next time, let yourself relax. Don't be distracted by my distractions. Come back to the breath. And really, again, the body is just this vessel for the breath to wash through, and in our complete rest here to see how easily and fully the body accepts the breath and moves it through. And the breath can be gentle and natural. Let the breath really be like a river, like liquid rivers that carve out these smooth curves over time, these smooth passageways over time. So if there's like parts of the body that still have a little tension, maybe the shoulders, you can send the breath there and let it carve it out, make space. Use the breath for complete ease. While Rāma is kind of bereft of most of his reflections, he has his two truest companions, his two truest reflectors still with him. still guiding him, still participating and experiencing in the same thing that he is. So this point at the edge of the forest, their first night truly alone. How do these three people become even closer, eliminate all of their reflections? Kind of where the Rāmāyana has us right now. If you're joining on YouTube, I'm going to leave you here in this nice rest for a little while longer. If you're with me live, just stay where you are. Just stopping the recording. Goodbye, everybody on YouTube.